As you all know, we're building this new shop out back, and it's become a blessing and a curse. Although the added space in the new merch area is going to make things a lot easier for us, it's also drawing the attention of potential future employees, such as Vicky's sister Paige. She's your typical postal worker, and our house happens to be on her route. She stops here every day to use the restroom and raid my refrigerator.
You ate all the good stuff.
It's my house. How long before you can retire?
This time next year. And I'm gonna get a job for you, with you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Who better to do all your shipping?
Oh no.
I'll be here every day.
That's the problem. The new shop will be heated and air conditioned, and Vicky's got it all planned out how she wants the interior to be decorated. She hired our friend Dave Dean to come out to install this wooden flooring, and it looks really nice. But if we end up stuck with Paige out here, the atmosphere is going to be really tough. We need to have a talk.
What?
Your sister seems to think she's going to have a job here when she retires next year. We've got to nip this in the butt right now.
I think that's a great idea.
It is not.
No better to handle all this postal mail than a former retired postal carrier.
Is this all shipping for us?
This is just a few hours worth.
You know what? Maybe this is the perfect job for Paige. That'll give me motivation to promote our products because I know she'll be buried in packages. And we all know how much she hates dealing with packages. A few minutes later, Buckwheat pulls in and he's supposed to be fixing my dually, but he didn't bring it back this morning. Have you got my truck done yet?
It's almost done.
Almost my ass. You told me it was going to be done yesterday.
Well, there was extra problems. Go figure, it's yours.
Go figure, you're working on it.
Hey, it took me at least an hour to pump the tank empty. What, you just remember the fuel tank leak when you filled it?
You bought the fuel tank 3 months ago.
You were in a hurry, would let me put it in.
I'm always in a hurry, dingus. You gotta move faster. I went ahead and had Buckwheat help me load all the packages in the back of the 64 so I can make a run to the post office for Vicky. I know everybody's been sending emails raising hell wanting their Malibu shirts, and this is the first load of them headed to the post office since we got our most recent shipment. And while I'm headed to the post office, Buckwheat's headed down to Mark's.
You got my parts?
No.
What do you mean, no?
I don't have them pulled out yet.
Oh, good grief, it's noon.
I know, but I've been busy.
Nah,
Evidently, these are the parts Jeremy's waiting on to finish my truck.
probably pull them out and find out they're the wrong ones.
No, I doubt it.
Yeah.
I ain't made no mistakes yet today.
I'm on a schedule here. I got beans to collect.
Jeremy's been dinking around up the farm, but he hasn't been working on Dad's combine, and progress on my truck has been slow.
Well, now that we got the fuel out, that took like an hour or so, and then it took me like 20 minutes to drop a tank out right here on the ground. Probably gonna take me about 25 to 30 minutes to put it back up in there, hook it up, and then it'll take me probably, I don't know, an hour to fill it back up.
So while Buckwheat's up at the farm working on my truck, Robbie and I are busy winterizing the streetcars. We started with the 55 Chevy first, dumping the water out of the radiator and then topping the cooling system off with antifreeze. Pretty much everything that we own back at the shop has got straight water in it. So once we got done with the 55, I brought my Nova in next. God knows the last thing I need is a frozen block in the 427 giveaway engine. Since it has an electric water pump, I didn't bother to take it up the road. We just fired the engine up and let it idle in the driveway for a little while. Shortly thereafter, Martin showed up with a load of limestone that Vicky asked me to order and spread out near the front porch on the new building to keep people from tracking mud in on the new floor. Once that load of limestone was delivered, me and June Pup made a trip into Jaxwax HQ to drop off a memory card that had drone footage on it from last weekend's Jaxwax event at Trails. She's just hanging out like everybody else.
I bet you she wouldn't be if I got up and tackled you right now.
No, she wouldn't.
It'd be your last tackle. She'd be tackling me.
Man, we had a good weekend, didn't we?
We did. Man.
How about those people from Beaver Creek that won that trophy? They were so excited.
It was so cool because I didn't even know they were with you. When we came by, we just saw that truck, and we were like, man, that is the coolest
Well, we
truck.
drove by first and was like, then we drove around the rest of the place and was like, man, it has to be the orange truck that's over there by Hoskinson. We were just saying by Hoskinson because we knew it was parked by you.
Yeah.
We had no clue. And then it was like icing on the cake that they had won that whole thing.
Such nice people.
Oh, they were wonderful people, yeah.
Cool truck.
They hung out with us all weekend. They were so excited to win that trophy. He didn't even know he was entered in the car show. I'm like, I didn't either.
The one thing he hasn't held up to, though, I told him if he got the trophy, he had to leave the truck, and the truck's not here.
Yeah, he's not going to leave that truck.
That was a trade.
Yeah. They had a great time, man. They came out and hung out with us at the event at Trails, and then came back out the next day, and we went for that cruise, and
It was cool.
it was all good.
He said he built that truck over the winter, like all himself.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It was cool.
Really
Yeah.
good weekend.
It was a wonderful weekend. I mean, I can't imagine what the attendance would have been had it not been raining. Can you imagine?
It'd have been our biggest ever. It was already huge, but it would have been the biggest ever by far.
It would have been the biggest ever without question.
Oh yeah, because it was really close to being as big as our biggest one yet.
Yeah.
It was definitely our biggest Halloween event we've ever had.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't believe it. Like, I was coming in the VIP gate in the back in the Nova, and it's raining. Like, it's literally raining.
Yeah.
And I thought this place is going to be a ghost town, blah, blah, blah. No, I pull in there, put the drone up, and there's cars clear to the road waiting to get in, show cars waiting to get in, and it's raining. So can you imagine? Like, I had a guy coming from Pennsylvania, 8 hours away. He was coming out to the Jaxwax event. He was going to drop off parts for my 55 Chevy. And he's like, well, we're watching the weather. If the weather improves, I'll just bring your parts, and I want to come out and hang out at the Jaxwax event. But he's like, nah, the weather looks so bad. We didn't want to make an 8-hour drive.
Yeah. We even had friends locally that were they were like, man, I can't believe we freaking missed the event. We were going to come out and the weather was looking spotty, so we didn't come. Yeah.
If we get a 0% chance of rain leading up to an event, like the spring event, it'll be big. It'll be big. I can't wait.
All right, guys, so it's Thursday morning, and I got a little trip I got to take today in Jimmy's Monte Carlo. I was in at Jaxwax yesterday, and they were talking about Jimmy's car, and I said, yeah, there's a few spots on it he'd like to get touched up eventually, but it's a pretty nice car. And I'm like, well, bring it in here. Okay. So it's got some issues. It's got some swirl marks, and it's got some spots that need buffed out. The windshield's got some scratches in it. Jimmy's not happy with that. So these guys said bring his car in there and drop it off, and they're going to work their magic. So I fired up the Monte and backed it outside to let it warm up for a few minutes before I jump on the interstate and head towards Columbus. The car really runs pretty decent, although it doesn't have overdrive. So on the interstate, it's wound up pretty good trying to keep up with traffic. It only took about 25 minutes to get into the airport where Jaxwax is located. Jared and Todd were ready for me and opened the door as soon as I pulled up, but we didn't get the door down in time to keep Jack Miner out of the shop. He made a beeline for the showroom as soon as he heard that Monte. Look at this thing.
Hey, Big Frosty.
This thing needs a little help, Jack.
You brought it to the wax palace. You're at the right place.
This 88 Monte Carlo that Jimmy Dale bought has got Jack wanting another G-body. This car's pretty nice, but it needs a little cut and buff on the paint, and the windshield is a major issue. That windshield's hit, isn't it, Todd?
Yeah.
That's gonna have to go.
I think a Wolverine got loose on it.
The guys went over Jimmy's Monte Carlo from one end to the other, looking for every little imperfection in the paint that can be corrected with some detailing work. Meanwhile, back at the shop, Billy and Tommy are working on getting the cars all loaded up and getting them ready to go racing this weekend. Billy's Nova's getting an oil change and a fresh set of 28-inch tires installed on the back wheels and removing the 29s that we put on to go to H-Town Throwdown. While Tommy was working on swapping tires on the beadlock wheels, Billy went out and got a fresh drum of methanol and loaded it in the trailer. Since I drove Jimmy's Monte Carlo into Jaxwax, Jack Miner himself gave me a ride back home. He's coming for you, Robbie. The guys in at Jaxwax have been tearing Jack up over losing to Robbie's G-body with his brand new Corvette.
Him the chain. I did. Good race, Robbie. Him the chain.
So now Jack is looking to step up his street car game, so he asked to take a little test drive in my Malibu. He likes the fact that it's got air conditioning, power steering, and power brakes. Ready to go for a ride?
Yeah. Get a little practice. Come on, Warren G. I like it. Not only it runs good, air conditioning is so cold it'll hurt your hand.
Jack used to have a really nice 78 Malibu, and he sold it a few years back. He's regretted it ever since.
Street car. Yeah, baby.
Jack's had full-blown race cars in the past, but he's not really interested in having something like that.
This is fun.
He's more interested in something he can just jump in and have a good time.
All right, Jack, you ready?
Jack was pretty excited with the performance of the Malibu, but he hasn't even really kicked the thing wide open just yet.
Couldn't ship the second quick enough. That went to $7 grand now. Yeah! Hell yeah! Where's Robbie? Robbie!
I took Jack back to the shop and fired my Nova up for him so he could listen to that 427, which sounds even better than the Malibu.
That's what you need, Jack. 427 small block and a GE body, come on.
Between me, Jared, and Todd back at the Jaxwax shop, I think we've convinced Jack he definitely needs another street car, especially if he wants another shot at winning his chain back.
I'm coming to get him. Yeah.
Coming back for it next year.
Right. Yeah.
Robbie,
Yeah.
this is a major rivalry.
Yeah.
That ass kicking that you gave him in that Corvette, they've rode him like Seabiscuit in there at Jaxwax. Hey, his son said they were going to change the name from Jaxwax to Jared Wax.
Oh.
Because they can't have a Jaxwax car out there getting shellacked by Warren G. I said, man, that thing's being held together by zip ties and freaking shoestrings.
It is too.
Dude, you literally had it in here on the lift right before you took it down there fixing the exhaust because it was hanging.
Well, not only that, it blew the U-joint out of it. I had to put a U-joint in it. It broke at pacemakers like 3 weeks ago.
6 degrees of positive.
Yeah, it's
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
yeah. And then we
It
can't.
was 10. That was the best we could do.
Yeah, we gotta put control arms on it.
Oh my
We
Lord.
can't get any more out of it. So it's that's why it keeps eating U-joints. Because
Oh.
Was it negative or positive? I can't remember.
it was positive. I think.
Positive. It's up in the air.
Oh man.
That's why it keeps eating U-joints.
Ooh, that's not
And
good.
breaking them. So, and it's got a 1350 U-joint in it.
So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna put, hopefully, everything, my cards go along right, the whole car is gonna be different when it comes out next year.
Oh.
So Jack can go ahead and get his little G body, whatever he's gonna do. Old Warren G still gonna just be like, hunta, right away from him.
What do you think, Junebug?
I think Jack is going to do whatever it takes.
He's gonna have a Musi 959 with 5 kicks. Like this.
I told him we'd help him with it. He wants a Uncle Bob 427 in the worst way.
That could be good,
But
but
Warren G's got some tricks coming, I think, too.
Oh.
we got some stuff that we're gonna figure out here.
This is going to be an interesting 6 months.
Needless to say, Warren G is gonna have more than 324 cubic inches.
Ooh.
So, and hopefully a couple Chinese whirly boys hanging off of it.
Oh, a little Wu-Tang war whistles.
These ain't even Chinese whirly whistles either. They're actual Borgs.
Oh.
So,
I don't even know if we should tell him, because then he's going to put turbos or pro chargers.
well, he doesn't know what we're putting on there, but I have a feeling he's gonna go nitrous.
Yeah.
Because he gets a hot boy nitrous plate from old Jimmy Dale.
You bet Jimmy Dale's going to have his hands in it.
It's gonna
So
happen.
what's Jimmy Dale going to do? Because he's already at the bottom of the totem pole.
Well, I mean, he's got big magic, but I mean,
That ain't a G-body.
it's not a G body. He's just gonna have to step his game up and put something in the an old Frosty. I mean, that's all he can do. So we'll see. The G body gang is ganging right now, and they're all ganging on me. Well, besides you gang on me. Now. So as of right now, I got the gang going. It's fired up.
What are you doing in here, Squirrely?
I'm placing an order with Gina on stuff we need.
Oh. Are you all packed up and ready to go in the morning?
Working on it.
Oh, good grief. All right, so while we're waiting on Vicky to get her details in order, I got some news for y'all. Ha-ha, looky there. Old Jake from Strange Farm hooked it up. Brand new aluminum center section with a 430 gear to put in my Nova. And as of right now, the game plan is that Robbie and Tanner, my new guy that's working here at the shop, are going to come in on Saturday and plug that thing in and replace the 350 gear with this 430 that's set up in this center section. Then I'm planning on taking my Nova someplace to test. I don't know where yet because the weather up here is pretty crappy right now. It's starting to get cold, so I'm probably going to have to start looking to go south. So if there's anybody out there, a track owner or something down south that has some decent weather and they don't mind me coming down and invading their privacy, I'd like to take that car down south during the week and test it next week. Uh-oh. What are you up to? You're ready now?
Yep, as ready as I'm gonna be.
All right, let's have it. What do you
right.
got for me?
We're going to a place we've never been before. It's called Lake Cumberland Dragway. The event's called Halloween Havoc. It's in Jamestown, Kentucky. Friday, drivers meetings at 7 p.m. It costs $20 to watch. Saturday, the drivers meeting is at 12:30 and racing about 1 o'clock Saturday. So again, $20 to get in. Right on cue, drinking her water. They do have some bleachers, but not a lot. So they do recommend bring a chair, canopy, whatever you need to be comfortable to watch racing. I recommend bringing cash. There's going to be a big food tent run by some local boosters. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. Come out. I'll have the merch there. What else? The Malibu shirts. Let's talk about that real quick.
I took a load of them to the freaking post office.
Thank you. Like, Allison and I were so confused
Oh,
because
good
we
grief.
came out to look for this big tote of packages and they were gone.
It was a whole pickup truck load.
And we didn't even ask you. You just did it.
Of course I did.
That was so nice.
You're welcome.
Anyway, we're almost done. We're waiting on just a few more to arrive, and I know some of you are waiting, but don't worry, nobody's forgotten, and we're almost done with them.
So this whole thing, all right, so when we say they are pre-order,
it takes some time.
it takes some time,
Yeah.
generally 2 to 3 weeks,
Yeah,
okay?
generally.
So
Sometimes, a little longer, but
there's
we do our
been
best.
hundreds of emails.
Yeah, we're doing our best.
And it has caused you to be out here until 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on the computer
Yeah.
trying to answer all the emails because you're so much nicer than I am.
It's all right. We're
Facts.
getting through them. It's facts.
So please, guys, please
Just be patient.
be patient.
Nobody will be forgotten.
And for the love of God,
What?
please make sure that the address they enter when they order
Yeah.
is the correct address.
Yeah.
And once the shirts or whatever are delivered, that's it.
All right. Next.
You're trying to shut me up.
Yes.
Right.
Because
There's
you
been
should
people-
be
all right.
chipmunked right now.
All right,
you
listen.
chipmunk
No.
yourself?
Listen. I've seen some really nasty emails that I want to reply to. And if I
Don't.
replied to them,
Let me handle that.
yeah, because they're like, well, says the package was delivered, but I can't find it anywhere. Like, what are we supposed to do? We
I don't
can't deal
know.
with that.
I had a guy that told me I should go F myself today.
Who? Name drop him. I'm going back through the emails to find that guy.
No, but well, he's mad because when you drew names, you said it was rigged. And I said, he was joking with Jimmy Dale.
I'm going to go find that guy.
No.
Oh, yeah. If he's in the emails, I'm going to find him.
It's all good.
Just drop his name.
No.
What was his name?
No.
What was his
Okay.
name?
We're
I'll
on to the
find him
next
and I'll
thing.
name drop him on the next one, and I'll put his email address out where everybody can send him an email
I'm just
and tell
surprised-
him to go F himself. How about
I'm
that?
just surprised anybody would think that we would rig anything. He's like, oh, they were from Ohio. That was rigged. And you even said to Jimmy it was rigged. And I'm like, they were joking because we were so surprised that the second place winner had the same last name. And you
So was I.
and you were joking when you told Jimmy, oh, it's rigged. But this guy took it as,
What an asshat.
he's like, I'm unfollowing all the channels.
Good. Thank you.
I was just like, I can't believe you would think that of us. Like, maybe I'm shallow. I don't know. All right, next. The 427 shirts and hoodies and crew neck sweatshirts. That's still going on now through November 20th. So,
Yep. So
they're
if you
really
wanna
cool. They look neat.
So if you want to get entered in our next rigged giveaway,
It's not rigged. I told the guy, I said, obviously, since we're from Ohio, we have a large Ohio following. Like, I mean, it wouldn't be weird that somebody won in Ohio because we're well known in our own state. But, like, I can't help it.
I can't wait to get this guy's email.
Stop it.
I'm plastering it everywhere.
No, you're
for
not.
everybody to respond to him.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
What'd you find, Jared?
Well, you know, I found a ticket here, and it's really the only time my dad won all night. You want this? Do you want this? Number one. You can frame this if you want. It's literally your only W all night.
Well, we're gonna fix that.
Oh, we're fixing that. It's 69.